Welcome back to AI Reviews. Like always, I am your host, Lee. Today we are having the AI review Sonic 3, 4 times ranging from loving it to hating it, and see what it thinks. I am personally looking forward to it. But let's get going.
Released on December 20th, 2024, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, directed by Jeff Fowler, races back into theaters with an electrifying surge of energy, nostalgia, and a deepened narrative scope that superbly captures the essence of the beloved Sega franchise. This third installment not only brings back fan favorites but introduces a pivotal new character, Shadow the Hedgehog, voiced by Keanu Reeves, adding layers of complexity and intrigue that elevate the series to new heights. For its thrilling blend of action, emotion, and character development, Sonic 3 earns a glowing 4 out of 4 stars. Ben Schwartz returns as the voice of Sonic, bringing the same irrepressible charm and quick-witted humor that have defined his portrayal throughout the series. Schwartz's Sonic is as endearing as ever, his voice imbuing the blue blur with a vibrancy that resonates through every scene. This installment deepens Sonic's character arc, exploring themes of friendship and bravery with a maturity that appeals to both children and adults. The introduction of Keanu Reeves as Shadow is a standout addition. Known for his roles in action and science fiction, Reeves brings a brooding intensity to Shadow, perfectly capturing the character's complex duality as both antagonist and anti-hero. His performance adds a dark counterbalance to Sonic's bright optimism, creating a dynamic that is compelling and richly layered. Shadow's storyline is not just about rivalry. It's a deeper exploration of identity and redemption that challenges Sonic in unexpected ways. Idris Elba continues to voice Knuckles, whose role expands in this film. Elba's portrayal adds a depth and seriousness that contrasts effectively with Sonic's lightheartedness. Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Tails delivers a performance that is both spirited and heartfelt, reinforcing the strong bonds of friendship that are central to the series. Director Jeff Fowler does an exceptional job of weaving together high-speed action sequences with moments of emotional depth. The film's pacing is impeccable, with each scene blending seamlessly into the next, maintaining a balance between fast-paced chases and meaningful character interactions. The CGI and visual effects are spectacular, bringing the colorful and expansive Sonic universe to life with stunning detail and creativity. The soundtrack of Sonic 3 complements the film's energetic and emotional tones perfectly, enhancing both the thrilling action sequences and the quieter, more poignant moments. Each track is carefully chosen to reflect the film's dynamic spirit, contributing to an immersive viewing experience. In conclusion, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a triumphant continuation of Sonic's cinematic journey, presenting a story that is as emotionally engaging as it is visually spectacular. The addition of Shadow, expertly voiced by Keanu Reeves, introduces a complexity that enriches the narrative, making this installment a standout in the series. With its perfect blend of humor, heart, and high-octane action, Sonic 3 is not only a must-see for fans of the franchise, but for anyone who appreciates well-crafted family entertainment. It's a film that truly captures the speed and spirit of its iconic hero.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3, released on December 20th, 2024, and directed by Jeff Fowler, dashes back onto the big screen with a flurry of energy, heart, and a new layer of complexity introduced by the arrival of a much-anticipated character, Shadow the Hedgehog, voiced by Keanu Reeves. While the film triumphs in many aspects, bringing depth and excitement that fans will surely applaud, it's not without its missteps, particularly in how it juggles its ensemble cast, earning it a solid 3 out of 4 stars. Ben Schwartz reprises his role as the voice of Sonic with the same zeal and infectious energy that has now become synonymous with the Blue Speedster. Schwartz ensures Sonic remains a beloved figure with his witty banter and heartfelt moments. However, the film struggles slightly under the weight of integrating Sonic's vibrant world with the darker themes introduced by Shadow's storyline. While the inclusion of Keanu Reeves as Shadow adds a dramatic flair and introduces a complex anti-hero narrative, it occasionally overshadows the lighter, more humorous elements that have defined the series. Keanu Reeves brings a compelling intensity to Shadow, creating a character that is both formidable and intriguingly mysterious. His portrayal is a highlight, yet the script doesn't always succeed in seamlessly weaving his dark backstory with the primary storyline, sometimes causing a tonal mismatch that can distract from the overall cohesion of the film. The narrative attempts to balance these darker elements with its established upbeat tempo but doesn't always strike the right harmony. The supporting cast, including Idris Elba as Knuckles and Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Tails, deliver strong performances. Elba's Knuckles continues to be a standout, providing both comic relief and a touch of sincerity that enhances the film's emotional landscape. However, with the focus shifted towards developing Shadow, characters like Tails receive less development than expected, which might leave fans wanting more from the beloved sidekick. Visually, the film is a spectacle, with vibrant landscapes and dynamic action sequences that make full use of the CGI capabilities. Director Jeff Fowler excels in crafting exhilarating chase scenes that capture the essence of the video game's high-speed thrills. Nonetheless, some action sequences feel overly chaotic, with the rapid pace sometimes leading to visual clutter that can detract from the clarity of the action. Musically, the soundtrack adeptly supports the film's diverse moods, enhancing both the high energy and the more somber moments effectively. However, the integration of certain tracks can feel forced, occasionally pulling attention away from the scene rather than enriching it. In conclusion, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a commendable continuation of Sonic's cinematic saga, introducing complex new characters and deepening the series' narrative. While it expertly captures the excitement and adventure that fans adore, the film slightly falters in balancing its diverse tones and fully developing its secondary characters. For its ambitious attempt at evolving the Sonic universe but not without flaws, I give Sonic 3 a well-deserved 3 out of 4 stars.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which hit theaters on December 20, 2024, under the direction of Jeff Fowler, dashes back into the spotlight with a new addition to its ensemble, Shadow the Hedgehog, voiced by Keanu Reeves. While the film aims to inject new life into the franchise with this darker character, it struggles to maintain the balance between its traditional high-speed thrills and the depth it attempts to introduce, meriting a mixed 2 out of 4 stars from me for its uneven execution. Ben Schwartz returns to voice Sonic, delivering his lines with the expected charm and enthusiasm. His portrayal remains a high point of the series, consistently capturing the spirit of the beloved Blue Blur. However, the film's narrative stumbles as it tries to accommodate both Sonic's lighthearted adventures and Shadow's more complex backstory. The inclusion of Keanu Reeves as Shadow adds a layer of intrigue, but his character's integration feels clunky and somewhat forced, as if the film is unsure how dark it wants to venture without alienating its core audience. The plot struggles with pacing issues, particularly as it tries to delve into the origins and motivations of Shadow. These segments, meant to add a new dimension to the Sonic universe, instead slow down the momentum and disrupt the flow of what fans have come to expect from a Sonic movie. The attempt to explore themes of identity and redemption through Shadow's character lacks subtlety and, unfortunately, culminates in narrative confusion rather than clarity. Supporting characters like Tails and Knuckles, voiced by Colleen O'Shaughnessy and Idris Elba, respectively, are underutilized in this installment. Tails, in particular, feels sidelined in a plot that could have benefited from his typically insightful contributions to Sonic's adventures. Knuckles, while providing some much-needed humor and toughness, also gets lost in the shuffle as the film shifts its focus towards developing Shadow. Visually, the film is as vibrant and kinetic as ever. The action sequences, a hallmark of the series, are crafted with an eye for excitement and spectacle. Yet, even these can't fully distract from the story's deficiencies. The CGI is top-notch, creating a dazzling array of environments that Sonic and company zip through, but these beautiful visuals are sometimes overshadowed by the film's disjointed story elements. The soundtrack, intended to complement the film's dual tone, wavers between upbeat tracks that match Sonic's traditional vibe and darker scores that aim to reflect Shadow's influence. This musical mismatch mirrors the overall thematic dissonance, attempting to serve two masters, it fully satisfies neither. In conclusion, while Sonic the Hedgehog 3 brings some interesting ideas to the table with the introduction of Shadow, it ultimately fails to blend these with the franchise's established tone effectively. The result is a sequel that feels inconsistent and unsure of its identity, delivering neither the full thrill of Sonic's races nor a compelling exploration of its new darker themes. For its visually appealing but narratively disjointed approach, I give Sonic 3 a lackluster 2 out of 4 stars.
Alright, let's cut to the chase. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, released on December 20th, 2024, is supposed to be the next big chapter in Sonic's cinematic universe, but man, it stumbles like Sonic hitting a row of spikes at full speed. Despite the hype, especially around the addition of Keanu Reeves' Shadow, this installment ends up being a chaotic mess, earning it a dismal 1 out of 4 stars from me. First off, Ben Schwartz is back as Sonic, and sure, he's got the character down. His Sonic is zippy, fun, and all the things we've come to love. But then the film decides to throw in Shadow the Hedgehog, voiced by Keanu Reeves, and it's like someone put the brakes on everything that made these films enjoyable. They tried to go dark, they tried to get deep, but all we got was a muddled story that couldn't decide if it wanted to be a kids' movie or a brooding anti-hero saga. Keanu Reeves as Shadow? I wanted to like it, I really did. Keanu's cool, but the character comes off as an angst-ridden cliché that clashes with the whole vibe of the Sonic universe. The film spends so much time trying to build this complex rivalry and backstory that it completely forgets to keep the fun going. It's like watching your favorite Saturday morning cartoon turn into a bad teen drama. And don't get me started on how they use Tails and Knuckles. These characters, who fans absolutely love, get pushed to the sidelines to make room for Shadow's melodrama. Idris Elba's Knuckles still brings some laughs, thankfully, but it's not enough to save the disjointed script that leaves Tails almost completely out of the picture. These guys deserve better than being second fiddles in their own franchise. Visually, yeah, the movie's got flair. The CGI is slick, the action sequences are flashy, and the colors pop like a classic Sonic level. But all that glitz doesn't make up for a story that's running in circles. It feels like they threw everything at the screen, hoping the special effects would distract us from the lackluster plot. The music tries to salvage some of this, swinging from upbeat Sonic jams to darker tones meant to match Shadow's vibe. But just like the rest of the movie, it feels disjointed, like two different films mashed into one without a clear idea of what it wants to be. In conclusion, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a frustrating mix of missed opportunities and confused directions. It introduces Shadow in a way that feels forced, overshadowing the lighthearted spirit of Sonic with a tone that doesn't fit. For a film that could have been an exciting new chapter, it ends up feeling like a long detour that got lost somewhere between trying to be edgy and staying true to its roots. A generous 1/4 stars, and honestly, they should thank Keanu for that 1 star. Stick to the games if you want the real Sonic experience.
If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I typically have 2 videos out per week, AI reviews like this one or real reviews depending on releases. Until next time.